This is the first lecture on programming in C++. Okay, so we will learn here programming in C++. C++ is a fascinating language and it's an introduction to object-oriented programming. Okay, so these are some of the words, the hot words that are there. Object-oriented programming. Okay, and if you want to learn this, then you need to learn C++. Okay, this is the most basic language that you need. Okay, object oriented programming. So C++ is derived from, of course, it's C, that's why its name is C++. It gives you something extra from C, but it has everything that C has. Okay, so we will try to write our first C++ code, and I'm assuming that you are the beginner. Okay, so we will write our first hello world program and see the basics of C++. Okay, so if you see here, so whenever you write a C++ code, so you have hash include IOStream. Okay, so this is the first line like in C, so you have hash include. Then so here also you have hash include, so IOStream, and then what happens, so this is a pre-processing directive which tells that okay, have everything in IOStream in your text file. Then you have the int main. So main method is the most important function for a C++ code because the execution starts from the main. Okay, so here what happens, we have the code, braces are there which say that okay, the body of the method main starts from here, and then we have standard cout hello world. Okay, so this seems that okay, we are putting something in the console. Okay, that's why cout. So output to the console, we have two less than signs. So this is basically, it says this is a stream and you output hello world into the console. Okay, so hello world will be the output, and then we have a semicolon. So semicolon in C++, like in C, so it tells that okay, there is the end of command. So when the compiler is compiling, it knows that there is a semicolon, it means that command has ended. Braces indicate that the body has ended. Return, it says that okay, the return value, it returns int is the function, so it returns a 0 to the system. Okay, so these are the basics, and now what happens is that you write the code. So first step is write the code. Okay, then next it is to compile it. Okay, so then you compile the code. If you get compilation error, okay, this will be for beginners, this is one of the biggest problem. You get compilation errors, something is missing in line 3, something is not correct, so you have to remove those errors. So this is compilation error. If you pass it, so if you have errors, then you go here to write the code again, update it, modify it. Again you come to step 2, compile the code. If it is error free, then what happens, third step is linking. So linking means you have many object files after compilation, so objects file are created. Okay, so the linking, link those object files. Finally you compile and then run the code. Okay, so the executable is created, the executable is created, which is run. Okay, so here also what happens, you might get runtime error. Okay, runtime error. So at each step you have to go to the code and correct it. Okay, so runtime error, then also you have to go here, write the code again with some modifications, and then linking errors also you can get. Okay, so these are some of the words. If you're beginners, you will find it difficult to understand, but we will slowly see what are these. So this is just for now, you at least you understand these words, that okay, you can get while writing the code. In compilation error you can get, linking error you can get. Okay, So linking error is basically if I'm using some functions from some other codes, okay, some library that might not be correct, okay, that might give you linking error. Runtime error might be there because of memory corruption, okay, so many things are there. So for now, even if you understand these words, just remember in your mind that okay, you have compilation error, you have linking error, and you have runtime error. So these are errors, and whenever you get them, you go to the source code and correct them. So this is the life cycle of a code, okay. So the life cycle of simple code that you will see, okay. So now let's start, okay. So we have our code here and let's try to compile it. So for compilation, what you do is that we execute, we go compile. So you see that it's done and compiled without any error, okay. So now what happens, we can run it. So you saw that okay, something came up and went away very fast. So this is because this ID, so it's not waiting for us to see the output. So just we can add get char. So this is the problem with this ID. So get char, now whatever is output, it will wait there for you to press a key, then it will go, so that you can read the output, okay. So now because I wrote something extra in the source code, I have to recompile it to have the effect of this line. So we have this. Now I run it again. You can see now hello world, okay. So this hello world is the program output of what you have written here. So this is the console, the black box, okay, the black window here, and it is, so now it has executed this line of code, the hello world, and now it is waiting at get char. So this get char means that user needs to press something and press enter to go, okay. So this is there. This is the most basic fundamental piece of code. The hello world, you can have it in all the languages. Then what happens? Now little bit, let's analyze the code, okay. So few things, let's write this again and let's try to see. Real time I will write the code, okay. I've deleted everything, hash include IO stream, okay. Then I write main cout hello world again, okay. So this is the code, and now what I do, I try to compile it. I have written some code, I compile it, but this is for the beginners. You will get some very irritating compilation errors, okay. So that we were talking about compilation error, it's shown here. So let's see here in int main. So first thing was that we didn't write int main cout undeclared, okay. So we just said that okay, console out, for that you write cout, and it's undeclared, it's saying. So the reason we have to see, and then expected a right brace at the end of the input, okay. So a lot of things are missing. So what we do, again we come to the source code, we see what are the problems. So first problem was that cout was unidentified. So basically cout, you have to write it is from the standard namespace, so that we have given now. And let's see, we have corrected one mistake, compile it. Still there is error, it says expected right brace at line 5, okay. So this is the line 5 and you have to write here a brace, okay. So that we gave now, and let's try to see if it is compiling. So it's compiling, okay. So now this is compilable code, but here you should also write int, and let's see what happens if we remove the semicolon, okay. So we remove the semicolon, try to compile again in function main, expected a semicolon, okay, before the brace. So this gives you very good comments to remove errors from your code, okay. So we go here, okay. So now we can see this, so semicolon I give, and you might now wonder where is that line of the code being shown. So if you see here, So line 537, so fifth line and 37th column, something like that it's showing. Okay, if I come here, it's now sixth line, column 1. So that ID helps you to find the lines. Now I compile it, it's compiling. Okay, and we can also write that get char. Okay, and now see, so it's compiling and we run it. So hello world again. So that